Hey, hey, hey. Come on in, family. Let's chat about this real quick. Just wanted to bring this point out from the scriptures and then let y'all roll on. I haven't been on this channel, about 6 days or so. I've been working from RBG Hebrew 2. And make sure everybody subscribe to that channel if you're not subscribed to it. So you can make sure you get all of the streams, everything. The lives out here, amazing. Yeah, subscribe to RBG Hebrew 2 and this channel. Make sure you get this channel and RBG Hebrew 2. I'm going to be doing live streams from both. So make sure you do that. And say rest in peace and rest in power to the brother Prince Aziel Jr. Rest in my brother. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Edwards Michael 3447. And we opened up the weapons channel or the home defense channel, and we're gonna do the first video on that one tonight. So in the link, I put the link to that channel in the description box when we finish. When I upload this, I'm gonna throw that channel, the link to it, in the description box, so y'all can come over there and get some of that. Yeah, home defense, self-defense. You know, y'all need to teach your women how to defend themselves legally. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But let's talk about it, man, just for a second. Let's talk about solutions. Real solutions. Back on their neck. Indeed, Brother Gorilla God, what's happening? You got to come through tonight, because we're going to put out a teaching that's going to be connected to this teaching I'm going to do right now. And this one ain't going to be long, but the one tonight on RBG Hebrew 2 is going to be fire. So we're going to be closing up the 7-part series on GMS, Rate is Not of the Most High. And we're going to touch on a few things, and we're going to jump off into the next phase of this chastisement and restoration for Israelites. We're going to jump off into the next phase of this proper teaching that will honor not only the Most High and your mothers and your fathers, but it will honor you to teach this way and to walk this way. Shout out to Run DMC. Yeah. One more time. Rest in peace and power to the brother Prince Aziel Jr. Things happen like that, man. And, it's not for us to be angry with the Most High or to even act like we confused about it when it happens. You know what I mean? Just accept the fact that the truth is that we all got to transition someday. Whether it be transitioning from this form directly to what we will be, or passing through the grave. Whichever way. We all got to go that way. And that's what this life is for. Transformation, graduation. You know what I mean? Graduation. Gorilla God says, facts. I like the way you do them in small parts and keep the willing learning. Indeed, brother. Because, the way the Most High wants to teach the people is he don't want to kill them. He don't want to give them too little till they're not prepared and can't make it practical, and don't want to give them too much till they end up choking themselves and jumping off the cliff and suicide with it. But God wants to bring us all along in the proper practical motion, using the whole counsel of God. So I appreciate that comment, man. Thank you very much for that observation, brother. Real talk. Real talk. Let's jump right into it, family. And what is the solution? I said the other day when I was encouraging the brothers and sisters to deal with Chicago and what we can do about the state of Chicago, not the state of Chicago, because Chicago's a city, but the state in which Chicago is in. Demonic oppression. A spirit of murder running rampant. A spirit of ignorance and blindness. Blindness over the leaders, blindness over the government, blindness over the people. And most specifically, the reason we bringing this teaching is to remind the people of God what the actual real solution is after you done tried everything. After you done tried everything, and you even tried the devil's way. You tried the devil's way. Went out and got a 9-pack and an AR or an AK and a couple fool ass niggas around with you. After you done tried it every way. After you done tried, the homosexual way. After you done tried the street way. After you done tried the way of sorcery and drug abuse. After you done tried the way of hip hop. And Lord knows that way has been perverted since its inception through Afrika Bambaataa, a freak. But what haven't you tried, Black America? You, the people of God, the prime human, the daddies and mothers of all living. What haven't you tried, really, truthfully, together as a people? I'll tell you what you haven't tried. You have not tried for one consecutive period of time, all out concerted effort of prayer. And I know a lot of y'all niggas gonna disagree. And look at the devil that sent the goddamn garbage truck. That's all right. That's all right. We still gonna get the message out. I said, what haven't you tried, black people? You tried crystal meth, and that shit just came out in your communities less than 20 years ago. You tried crack. You youngsters, y'all trying Molly. You tried Percocets. And you even make Percocet and Molly your god. Oh yes. Because you can't even operate without that shit in your system, some of y'all young brothers and sisters. Some of you walk around in a state of psychosis and depression when you're not high. Get a damn garbage truck. He mad because he done backslid. Let me stop blinking. But it's always a distraction when the word of the Lord is going forth. That's how the devil always fights, through distractions. Haven't some of y'all noticed that some of you brothers, when the Most High wake you up to whatever form of consciousness you are in, when you start to speak, the babies get to hollering, the kids get to screaming, the parents get to fighting, motherfucking police get to riding, the helicopters get to going overhead, the garbage truck come out. All when you start speaking the word of the Lord. And the devil fight you through distractions and confusion and the ability not to focus. He counts on that. The evil counts on your inability of focus. Brothers say getting high to live and living to get high. That should be on a t-shirt, family. Getting high to live and living to get high. Who pops schedule 3 narcotics every day and think that you're going to have a straight brain, a straight spirit? Who's mixing Molly and Percocet and thinking it ain't going to kill you one day? What haven't you tried, Black America? You tried Tekashi 6ix9ine, and he's some of everything, a rainbow. Yeah, you done tried Tekashi 6ix9ine, rainbow teeth, rainbow hair, rainbow mind, probably rainbow sexuality. You done tried the gay rappers too. Young Thug, Uzi Vert. I say gay because they wearing the uniform of a homosexual. hmm But you try everything else, black people. But how long as a people have you tried prayer in an unbroken chain and really mean it? Not really praying for your own needs, but praying for your brothers and your sisters. And even the salvation and the safety of your brothers and sisters. How long have we done that? I want to tell you, the black church ain't been doing it. The black church is praying for money. Smith one says, well, I'm in Chicago and I started walking the streets and praying. Woo! Let me say that one more. Let me read this family comment. Smityn, Smityn one says, well, I'm in Chicago and I have started walking the streets and praying. And I want to commend you for that. I want to tell you, the people that are walking with you and are thinking with you and are speaking with you, that's where the solution lies, in you. In your actions, your deeds. You making sure that you're a clean vessel, fit for God to use you. That's what the solution is, brother. I thank God for you, man. Real talk. Every day. Walk the streets and pray. And I told y'all, what can we do for brothers like Smithy here? What can we do for brothers like my brother Mikhail Ben Israel? Shout out, Shalom. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, a woman. This is a sister. And that's more powerful than that you're a sister out there walking the streets and praying for the condition out there. Fire. Name is Yolanda. Thank you, sister. Man, I give you honor for what you're doing, for submitting to the real spirit of truth that's speaking to all of us, telling us what we have not tried concertedly as a people for a consistent amount of time in the real spirit. The black church ain't out walking the streets and praying. They doing other good things and doing other bad shit. The Israelites are not walking the streets and praying. They doing other good things and bad shit. But this sister here, this sister is doing the effective thing. How do I know it's the most effective thing? Because if you're the people of God, God answered our brother Solomon. Answered a prayer that he prayed concerning this very same thing in the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 7. Solomon prayed to God in the right spirit at the right time for the right thing and got an answer. I told all the brothers and sisters what we could do for the people in Chicago. Encourage them. Speak life and light to them. And pray for them. Pray for them. Pray with them. Sister, I challenge the people to pray with me in this. The challenge is on my other channel, RPG Hebrew 2. To pray with me once a day, every day, for a minimum of 6 months, for the men and women in Chicago, the children in Chicago, the parents in Chicago, not the city. God don't dwell in buildings. God dwells in vessels. And that's where God is in. Not the city hall, not the governor's mansion, not the judge's chambers. But we need to be praying for the vessels of God. That is the men and women of God. Those that are even the remnant left in Chicago to make a change. I told the brothers and sisters for 6 months, pray once a day. And that's why I said it touched me. And it's so great to hear you say that you walk in the streets, sister, and praying. Listen to me. If my people would humble themselves, my people that are called by my name, and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. I said, what haven't you tried, family? What haven't you tried? And I know even right now, some of these Negroes don't want to hear it. But tell me, what haven't you tried? Y'all tried Dr. York. Some of y'all motherfuckers, excuse me, some of y'all trying yourselves and calling yourself God. But if you God, answer a prayer. If you God, heal the land. But truly, the people of God, the men and women of God, you haven't tried prayer properly, together, all together as a people. But I want to suggest to you, the more your children get murdered, and the more you find out that the governments ain't doing a damn thing to help you, that even the churches done forgot to pray. The Israelites only concerned about telling you that you're an Israelite and forgot to tell you about prayer and fasting and meditation and repentance, the fruit of the Spirit, the commandments, not the law. What haven't you tried? You haven't tried the formula the right way. Huh? All of y'all heathens that's in the bushes out there, answer a prayer if you're God. Save a life if you're God. Point the people to the proper solution, which is number one, love and unity. That's where a collective prayer begins. Your love for your brothers. You live in Maryland. You live in New Hampshire. But your brothers in Chicago need your love. And they need something practical. They don't need more crack. See, those are solutions that y'all try. Oh, we need more clubs. We need more gangs. We need more of y'all to turn your back on God without actually giving it a personal try for yourself first. What haven't you tried as a people? You have not collectively tried God, and you have not collectively tried 2 Chronicles chapter 7. How do I know it? Because I don't hear nobody today. Although people are praying, I know it. But all of us should be praying. All of us should be saying what myself and this blessed sister is saying. Prayer without works, even faith without works, is dead. You join the two as a act and a supplement. If you're not in Chicago, you pray for those that are. You undergird them. You tell them you love them. And you continue in prayer with them until this thing spreads. I said 2 Chronicles chapter 7. You have not tried it as a people. Oh yeah, we done watched grandma pray. Oh, y'all got testimony. I heard grandma praying in the back room when we ain't have no food. And then at the end of the day, peace to you, Showtime. Then at the end of the day, food showed up. I was even on Brother Polite show one day, and me and him was conversating, and the brother asked me, why is it that I deem God the blesser for my blessed life, for me not being crippled or me being dead through the life that I used to live in the streets, or my children not being in jail and dead and in that street life and all that, and more, my gift, the gift of music, all of that, I give God credit for. Why? Because I know who I used to be. See, I used to be the Negro that would be as arrogant enough as not to give God the credit, as if I was the blesser. But when I was the blesser, taking all of the credit, family, my life was turned upside down, inside out, and set on fire. By who? Me, my own choices. Why? Because at that particular time, I had not tried God through prayer and works. Brother Showtime. I used to be anointed to do evil, and many of y'all used to be the same way. And the very reason you came out of the street and have your life today is because of your prayers to God for change. And then when we get out, we forget what actually was the catalyst, that prayer that sparked a thought. And that thought took root in your life. We forgot. As a people, we forgot. We forgot what God delivered us from. We forgot grandma's prayer. And we forgot to join grandma in that prayer. If my people who are called by my name would but humble themselves. And aren't we a proud people today? That's right, Showtime. Just waiting on us. Waiting on what, family? Waiting on us to do what priests of the nations should do. Submit to God and not submit to Donald Trump. Huh? Submit to the Spirit and not submit to sin. Everybody has sin and everybody has problems. But does sin have to rule you? Rule you to the point that you forget the prime objective, to actually talk to God and be honest with him. Sin can do that. Sin has done that. Sin is doing that. Blinding our people to where they done forgot. Forgot what we have not tried. Now I got to get out of here and I got to go because I got an appointment somewhere. But I got to say it and I got to challenge y'all again. Hey, Sister Beverly, you done come in at the end of the message. Come back tonight. Real truth, Gorilla God. A righteous man and woman must walk a righteous way. Peace, Brother Covert. Y'all that's just coming in, y'all go back and rewind this and watch this, man. I got to get out of here. But I challenge you to do the effective thing and continue in that. Continue in that. Don't stop. Don't stop until you see effects and you see it spreading. And now again, special thanks to the sister here, Smithian one, walking around in the streets of Chicago, praying Faith without works is dead, and so is prayer. Let's join the works of the people in Chicago with prayer, family. And yes, Miss Beverly, bless you, sister. God is able. Real talk. Peace and love, family. Brother Showtime, Covert X, peace and blessing, family.